Imagine yourself at 90. You bend down to tie your own shoes with ease. You walk to the mailbox, free from pain. You kneel in your garden on a sunny morning, not as a wistful dream, but as your daily reality. In Japan, tens of thousands of people past their 90th birthday do exactly this. They aren't just living longer, they are living more deeply. They are mobile, independent, and energized. One of their most cherished secrets is a simple daily ritual of stretching. But these are not just any stretches. They are intentional movements, rooted in both ancient wisdom and modern science that keep joints supple, blood flowing, and muscles engaged, even at 70, 80, or 90 years old. Today, I will guide you through 7 of these powerful Japanese longevity stretches. Each takes only a minute or two, but when practiced with consistency, they can profoundly change how you age. This isn't about looking good in yoga pants or pushing past your limits. This is about freedom, the freedom to move, to breathe fully, and to live with dignity. Stay with me until the end, because the final stretch is the most powerful of all. But first, if you feel inspired, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. It's a joy to know who we're sharing this journey with. Let's begin. First, the Cobra Pose, the anti-aging signal for your spine. As we grow older, the slow, relentless pull of gravity begins to claim us. We curl forward, our shoulders hunch, the spine compresses, and our breath becomes shallow. That stooped posture is more than a matter of appearance. It's a warning sign. The Cobra Pose is one of Japan's most trusted longevity practices, performed by seniors in parks, wellness clinics, and even during office breaks. It accomplishes what most exercises do not. It restores spinal extension, that upright open posture we begin to lose in our 50s and 60s. Practiced consistently, this simple pose can relieve lower back pain, improve digestion, and boost lung capacity by opening the front of the body. A 2020 study from Tokyo University found that older adults who practiced Cobra Pose for 30 seconds twice a day reported 47% less lower back discomfort within just 3 weeks. But, beyond the physical, there is something deeply psychological about Cobra. When you rise from the ground and open your chest, you are sending a declaration to your nervous system. I am not done yet. I am still upright. I am still strong. Here's how to do it. Lie face down on the floor or a soft mat, with your hands placed directly under your shoulders. Gently press into your palms, lifting your chest while keeping your hips grounded. Keep your shoulders drawn away from your ears, your glutes relaxed, and your neck soft. Rise only as high as feels good. Never force it. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing slowly and deeply through your nose. Repeat once or twice a day. The goal is not to go higher, but to go deeper into awareness. A pro tip: use this pose first thing in the morning to counteract sleep stiffness or after long periods of sitting. It is a gentle, effective reset button for your spine. Next, the calf stretch on the wall to activate your second heart. You might not think about your calves often, but they are the unsung heroes of longevity. In Japan, this stretch is more than routine. It's a non-negotiable ritual among older adults, practiced daily to support everything from circulation to fall prevention. Your calf muscles act like a second heart, pumping blood upward from your legs and back towards your core against the pull of gravity. As we age, especially if we sit too much, this mechanism weakens. That's when issues like cold feet, leg swelling, or even blood clots can begin to appear. This simple stretch improves vascular health, restores ankle mobility, and, perhaps most importantly, increases your stability. In fact, studies show that seniors with greater ankle flexibility are significantly less likely to fall, one of the leading causes of hospitalization for those over 65. But there's more. When your calves are tight, it changes how you walk, stand, and balance. Over time, that tension travels upward, affecting your knees, hips, and lower back. Free the calves, and you start a chain reaction of relief throughout your body. Here's how. Stand facing a wall, about an arm's length away. Place 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, keeping both feet flat on the floor. Press your hands into the wall and gently lean forward, keeping your back leg straight and your heel down. You should feel a stretch in your calf and Achilles tendon. Hold for 30 to 45 seconds, then switch legs. Avoid the temptation to bounce, as this reduces the effect. A pro tip. Perform this stretch before and after your walks. It will boost circulation and help your legs recover faster, giving you more freedom to stay active without pain. Now, we move to a Japanese stretch that unlocks youthful hips, even if you've been stiff for years. Pigeon pose. Tight hips don't just feel uncomfortable. They can silently steal your freedom. In Japan, older adults have long understood that hip mobility equals independence. Whether it's sitting on the floor for tea or kneeling in the garden, flexible hips mean a life lived without struggle. That's why the pigeon pose is a favorite among Japanese seniors. It targets deep muscles that often tighten with age, especially after decades spent sitting in chairs. But this stretch is about more than flexibility. It's about protecting your balance, your joints, and your confidence in movement. Research shows that tight external hip rotators are linked to a higher risk of falls in older adults. Pigeon pose gently opens the hips, lengthens the glutes, and relieves tension from the pelvis and lower back. This isn't a trendy yoga move, it's a functional necessity. What makes it truly powerful is how it reconnects your mind to your body, inviting patience, breath, and presence, 3 things we often lose in a busy world. Here's how to practice it. Start on all fours. Bring your right knee forward, placing it behind your right wrist. Extend your left leg straight back, resting the top of your foot on the floor. Square your hips and slowly lower your body down over your front leg. Use a pillow or yoga block under your hip if needed for support. Keep your spine long and your chest lifted. Hold for 30 seconds to a minute, then switch sides. Remember to listen to your body. You should feel a deep stretch, never sharp pain. A pro tip. Try this stretch in the evening. It melts away the day's tension and can improve sleep quality by calming the nervous system. Next, we'll tap into a full-body reset that seniors in Okinawa swear by, downward dog, the all-in-one body reset. What if one stretch could awaken your entire body, from your heels to your brain? That is the magic of downward dog, a favorite in Japanese senior wellness programs, especially in Okinawa, where people often live energetically past 100. This pose is a functional fountain of youth, targeting nearly every major muscle group in a gentle, balanced way. As we age, the posterior chain, the network of muscles running along the back of your body, from your calves to your back, starts to tighten and weaken. This affects everything from posture to balance. Downward dog lengthens this entire chain while gently strengthening your arms, shoulders, and core. It also promotes circulation to the brain and helps reduce spinal compression. There's a mental side, too. The position activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and restore mode, helping to reduce stress and sharpen focus. Here's how to do it. Begin on all fours, with hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back, straightening your legs as much as is comfortable. Your body will form an inverted V shape. Press your palms firmly into the floor and let your head relax between your arms. Aim your heels toward the floor, but don't worry if they don't touch. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing deeply. Rest and repeat once. A pro tip. If you can't straighten your legs fully, that's perfectly fine. Bend your knees slightly and focus on lifting your hips. Over time, your flexibility will naturally return. Now, a gentle motion that Japanese doctors call a daily spinal massage. Cat-cow pose. Your spine is more than a column of bones. It is your body's communication highway, connecting your brain to every muscle, joint, and organ. As we get older, that highway can stiffen. The back becomes rigid, movement slows, and pain sets in. But in Japan, especially in Kyoto's longevity clinics, the cat-cow pose is taught as a daily ritual to keep the spine young and pain-free. This gentle movement flows between two shapes, the arched cow and the rounded cat. It's about restoring healthy motion between every vertebra. This movement lubricates your spinal joints, improves posture, and stimulates the spinal cord, which plays a key role in balance. It also gently activates your core, protecting the lower back. Most importantly, cat-cow helps reconnect your breath to your body. In Japan, it's often practiced as a form of moving meditation, shown to reduce stress hormones and support both memory and mood in seniors. Here's how to do it. Start on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. As you inhale, gently arch your back, lifting your head and tailbone toward the ceiling in cow pose. As you exhale, round your spine, tucking your chin and pelvis under in cat pose. Move slowly and smoothly between the two, letting your breath guide the rhythm. Repeat for 10 full breaths for about 1 to 2 minutes. Let the movement flow from your entire spine. A pro tip: try this first thing in the morning or before bed to relieve stiffness. If you have wrist discomfort, you can do this with your forearms on a chair or bed. Up next, a stretch that opens your hips and calms your mind, straight from the mountain villages of Japan. Butterfly pose. Open your hips, open your energy. Aging does not have to mean stiffness. In Japan, elders in both bustling cities and remote mountain villages practice the butterfly pose as a daily ritual to preserve mobility and boost inner vitality. Why the hips? Because they are the gateway to movement. Tight hips can lead to lower back pain, poor posture, and eventually a loss of independence. This gentle stretch works wonders. Butterfly pose targets the inner thigh muscles and opens the hip joints. It also supports circulation to the pelvic area, benefiting digestion and even emotional balance. In Japanese tradition, the pelvis is seen as the body's energy center. If it's blocked, stagnation follows. By opening this space, the butterfly pose invites lightness and calm. Modern studies back this up, showing that regular hip-opening stretches can increase flexibility by over 20% in seniors, lowering the risk of falls. Here's how. Sit on the floor or a firm cushion with your spine tall. Bring the soles of your feet together, letting your knees fall out to the sides naturally. Gently hold your ankles or feet, keeping your back straight. Breathe deeply and hold for 1 to 2 minutes. Let gravity do the work. This is a stretch of patience, not force. A pro tip: add slow, deep breathing and close your eyes. This pose isn't just for the hips, it's for your nervous system. Think of it as inner body yoga. And finally, a position so simple, yet so powerful, it's known in Japan as the recovery pose of longevity, child's pose. The longevity reset. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your body is to let go. In Japan, child's pose is considered more than just a stretch. It's a sacred pause, practiced in Zen temples and senior wellness centers alike. It is used not to push the body, but to help it heal, reset, and recover. This pose gently releases the spine, stretches the lower back, and allows your nervous system to shift into a state of deep rest. This is where true healing happens. It also encourages deep, diaphragmatic breathing, which lowers blood pressure, calms the heart, and improves oxygen flow to the brain, all vital for aging well. Many Japanese centenarians practice this pose daily, especially after physical activity. It is their way of telling the body, "You are safe. You can rest now." Child's pose is accessible, grounding, and emotionally comforting. It reconnects you with the simplicity of being without strain or pressure, just quiet, nourishing stillness. Here's how to do it. Kneel on a mat with your big toes touching and your knees apart. Sit back onto your heels, then gently fold your torso forward. Let your forehead rest on the floor or on a pillow. Your arms can stretch forward or relax by your sides, whichever feels better. Breathe deeply into your back. Stay here for 1 to 5 minutes, focusing on your breath, letting your body melt downward. A pro tip: use this pose anytime you feel overwhelmed, stiff, or anxious. It's not just good for your back, it's medicine for your mind and soul. A final piece of practical advice: if you're over 60, the key isn't doing more, it's doing what matters, consistently. You don't need to master all 7 stretches at once. Start with 2 or 3 that feel good and build from there. Aim for 10 minutes a day, not for perfection. Use props like pillows and chairs to support your body. That is not weakness, it is wisdom. This practice is about keeping your body responsive, your breath deep, and your mind present. Treat each stretch as a conversation with your future self. You have just learned 7 simple, time-tested movements practiced by some of the longest-living people on Earth, not because they wanted to look younger, but because they wanted to live fuller. And now, those tools are in your hands. But, let's be honest, stretches alone won't change your life. Showing up for yourself will. When you stretch, you're not just moving muscles. You are telling your body that it is still worth caring for, that it is still capable, still alive. Aging isn't the end of vitality. It is an invitation to do things smarter, more gently, more intentionally. These stretches are a form of quiet resistance. Resistance to decline, to stiffness, to giving up. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be flexible. You just need to begin. Start with 1 breath, 1 stretch, 1 moment of self-respect. In Japan, elders stretch to stay free, to walk unassisted, to garden, to play with their grandkids, to live on their own terms. And you can do the same. If this has given you a sense of hope, leave a comment below. Which stretch are you starting with today? Because movement is medicine, and you, my friend, are worth the prescription every single day.